Outside the parallel universe of jihadism, revulsion against this act of depraved savagery, the burning to death of the Jordanian pilot was al-Qasaisti, revulsion has been pretty much universal. But what matters now is how local Sunni and tribal reaction towards this execution evolves. Could this be the beginning of overreach by ISIS on the path to self-destruction? There is that possibility. Before getting into that, I think we need to examine the motives behind this hideous murder, twisted as they might seem. To begin with, I think the jihadis of ISIS seem to want to send three messages. One, to dramatize obscenely the incinerating effects of the US-led bombing campaign against them, to express their defiance of this campaign, and also to highlight the potential cost to US allies in the Sunni Arab countries, such as the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, that ally with what they call this Crusader coalition. Yet at the same time, ISIS is also trying to sow division across the borders of its neighbors. This they have been doing in Turkey, in Lebanon, and now it would seem in Jordan. In Turkey, ISIS has all but lost the battle for Kobani, the northeast Syrian Kurdish city just across the Turkish border, whose epic resistance caught the imagination of the world. But tactically, the jihadis succeeded in rekindling bitter divisions between Turks and Kurds inside Turkey. Similarly, ISIS has several times been pushed back in its forays across the border into Lebanon, yet it succeeded in drawing in Hezbollah, the powerful Iran-backed Lebanese Shia paramilitary movement, into Syria's civil war. In the case of Jordan, it would seem to be that ISIS's intent is to try and smash the tribal bedrock upon which the Hashemite monarchy of King Abdullah rests. In Jordan, tribes really matter, and their disgruntlement with government policy is no small matter in a country at least half of whose people are Palestinian. Yet, while the king may face some difficult moments in the short term, it looks very much as though the jihadis have misjudged the mood of the tribe. And if that proves true in Jordan, they may repeat the mistake in Syria and in Iraq. Remember that the precursor of ISIS, the organization affiliated to Al-Qaeda run by the late Abu Musab al-Zarqawi, overplayed their bloodied hands. And the Sunni insurgents who had fought alongside Al-Qaeda against the US occupation eventually turned their guns against the jihadis. The point is that the coils of Sunni tribal politics, which is a much more cross-border phenomenon than ISIS, can be very slithery, and they are very, very, very difficult to get right. David Gardner, Financial Times, Beirut.